All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Visionary Training Tuesday. What is it? April 12th. So we're moving along tonight, or today, I guess tonight, in Latvia. We have Tahir Ali, lead developer by the name of Nikita, and we have another gentleman that I'll introduce here in a minute. Tahir, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, welcome to the call, Tahir. We've got some training going on, so we thought what better way to bring you on for a couple of minutes and give us an update about CapriPay and tell us what the presentation we're about to see from Engels is going to be all about.
Okay, well, we've been working very hard since last year to get CapriPay. We were originally going to call it Capricoin, Capricoin.com, but we decided that that was getting too confusing with Capricoin and Capricoin, which is so we decided to in the end call it CapriPay. That simplified the differentiation between Capricoin, the cryptocurrency, and the payment solution, which is the app and the websites that are being now created, which will actually be quite revolutionary, actually. So let's just see how it goes, and let's see how we are.
All right, great. Sounds like we're moving along and we're ahead of schedule. You know, and when I look back and when we started this and we got on the exchange and we started talking about merchants and CapriPay, and somebody would have said, "Hey, Andy, you know, in the next 8 months you'll be on 3 external exchanges. You'll have 200,000 Satoshi every day and movement of the coin, and the valuation would be up in the 50, 60, 70 dollar range." I would have said they were crazy because, quite honestly, everything that we've done so far has really been through, you know, a popularity contest, for lack of better things. Now that we're going to engage in CapriPay, and we'll have the ability to bring on merchants, bring on customers, have free downloadable apps and those types of things, we start to brand our vision of having a digital payment solution worldwide. And I just want to say thanks for all the hard work that you've done. For you that don't know you on the call, this is Tahir Ali. He's based in him and his team, Nikita and Engels, that's going to present CapriPay here. They're in a little place called Riga. But today we're going to really introduce the first look. Now, this is not a completed version. We're not going to get into great details, but I at least wanted to bring Tahir on and his project manager. Nikita, do you want to come in and say anything with your experience on CapriPay at all? This is the project manager, the one that's overseeing the development of CapriPay, the mobile applications. Anything you want to add right now, Nikita?
Well, I would just like to say that what you're going to see is still in development in the presentation, and we're still working pretty hard to include most of the features that we've been talking from the very beginning. But so far we're covering the basics just to make sure we don't make any real mistakes, so that we go gradually, stage by stage, and that's why we'll continue to see CapriPay website and the application to develop version by version. So it's a long and difficult process.
One of the differences between us and any other multi-level marketing company out there, when I say us, I mean Visionary and any other multi-level marketing company out there, is that we actually like to deliver things before we actually talk about it. I know it's not the generally accepted behavior in our life, but that's how we like to do things. We like to make sure that we get things done, and this is why Nikita is underselling how far we've got with this project so far. And there's a lot that's happening over the next few weeks that will actually just show that we're way ahead of the curve.
Okay, very good. That's always good to know. Okay, what else do we need to cover before we get? I introduced Engels, and he can get through a CapriPay. And just when did you hire on the staff to hear Englis, who's going to do the presentation here?
Ingles joined us about 2 months ago. Nikita joined us about 4.5 years ago, way before Visionary came into being. As a as a team, Nikita was part of the development design phase of Visionary Capricoin, so he's one of the brains behind the faces that you see on the actual systems that we have.
That's great. So you have a relationship with this developer, this individual, and you've got a staff over there at Riga now on working software and working these applications, do you not?
We have a total team of about 30 that work for top sites, and we work on many different projects, but the CapriPay, Visionary, and some telecoms projects, but let's forget those. But about 20 of our people are dedicated to the CapriPay Visionary projects.
Wow, that's great. All right, and Nikita's an integral part of that, eh?
Absolutely.
All right, so we hired on English, and just what I've met, the very first time I met English was on Skype, of course, and Tahir hired him on as, I believe, the business development manager of CapriPay worldwide. So the very first thing, we get on a call, and I meet this individual, and he had been working on some slides for CapriPay, and he did I think he'd been there, what, 4 days? Now, he had a chance to look at the information like once, had no time to prepare, and I said, do a presentation. And he did an outstanding job. So he works well on his feet. I think around the world, he's pretty tenured. He's worked in the United States and China, CRMs, mobility services. He's really helped us launch China, Business Development Director of Alliance. I know he's had business-to-business background with financial products and CRMs. So I know he's been in and around as a senior marketing and project planning manager with Honda Motors, I think 10 years in Europe. So he's lived in USA. He's European. I think he resides now in Latvia now with the team. He's lived in Asia, worked in China. So he's going to come and do what will be the first version of the first presentation, really, live and recorded of CapriPay. So great guy, great experience. He's the one that's going to lead the charge with bringing on the merchants, explaining and training and doing these types of things with CapriPay. And then the technical side, of course, Nikita. So thank you, guys. Thanks, Nikita, for all your hard work to here. And let's see if I can get my screen share to start a presentation with Engels. So just 1 second, Engels, and the stage will be yours, and I'll let you go here. Okay, guys, sorry about that, English. So with much to do, and make sure we get a good recording on you, English. It sounds like if you guys are all in the same office there in Latvia, maybe you need to speak close to the mic and so forth. But with that said, Visionary community members, affiliates, and the like, all you networkers out there, this is the first look at CapriPay, and welcome our new, 2-month tenured now, business development, Engels Martini. So, Engels, all you, brother.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for the introduction, Andy, and thanks for Tahir and Nikita that are here with me supporting the so far, great job we have done so far. This is actually the second presentation we have done. We were in Hungary a couple of weeks ago. We had a short presentation also by of CapriPay to the Visionary member there, and so I'm quite happy to start, the first approach here with you. So, well, let's start with talking about CapriPay very shortly, just from the headlines, which is fast, secure, and easy. It is actually fast because it means transaction, fast transaction. Secure, we are using state-of-the-art technology that will secure your transactions, and easy because we will going to use a mobile application that will be handy use for everyone. So let's probably you know already about so far what's Capricoin and the cryptocurrency that you have been mining and collecting and saving and so far. And what is CapriPay? Is the online wallet that is actually where you can store your Capricoin, and then you will be able to use through a mobile application anywhere, both on online and offline shops. And is the first payment solution provider with a cashback system. So many people actually are doing now. I want to explain you something. I've been doing research so far. I haven't found anything anywhere, not in China, not in US, not in Europe, that you actually does anything like this before. So actually, a couple of months ago, I was really happy to join the team just because of this. And I think we already have a product. We're just working on some technicalities. We will show you along the way a little bit more during the presentation what is happening right now. So what is CapriPay? As I said, CapriPay is a first cryptocurrency payment solution provider with an integrated cashback system, which actually use a globally accepted cryptocurrency, because our Capricoin is actually listed in the major exchanges, the official exchanges like Bitrex or Blue Trade, and in the future will be in other as well. So CapriPay is also actually a free mobile application. And when we say free mobile application, everyone can actually download in his mobile phone the app that we are going to show you in a bit. Is an advanced cryptocurrency online wallet, and as I mentioned before, is a payment service provider with the integrated cashback. This is the unique solution that we are offering, but not all. Last but not least is actually a merchant marketing system, which will allow basically any merchant to be to have a new markets that they were not even thinking before. People that will be looking at the merchant that will be listed in a website, that will be shown in the map of the mobile application. I will go back there a little bit later. Then so CapriPay platform is designed to empower CapriPay merchant to develop their business. This is the basic of the whole system, and that's why we think it's actually what we believe to be the system, the payment solution system that will change the future in effect. So, but let's start with the problems that we're going through. A little bit slower. Basically, first of all, the customer actually pay fee every time, not every time, but using their credit cards, they have annual fees, and sometimes they use, by using their credit cards and go abroad, they pay fees in general. Merchants, they pay fees anytime there is a credit card payment transactions. So this is obviously known. Moreover, cashback companies. We have many cashback companies all around the UK, the US. They charge you a fee anytime actually you use their network. And again, more business everyday shops and online stores close down. Not only online stores, but also small, medium enterprise. They close down. Why? Because they have a lack of retention programs, or actually too expensive marketing cost. So what's the solution here? So CapriPay is able to cut off customer fees. Customer is able to cut off merchant fees completely. It rewards you with cashback, and at the same time help your business grow. We will show you how. This slide shows you the three ways that through CapriPay you are able to be rewarded. So the first thing is by using your CapriPay wallet. So every time you go shopping, you'll be rewarded with cashback. And number two, gathering active CapriPay wallet users. This is also a way to expand this to your friends, to your relatives, to anybody you know. This is a way to earn money. We will have two levels of affiliation. So we will see later how is this actually working. And third, least but not last, because actually this is the most important, well, not the most important, but gathering CapriPay merchant as well. So what's the benefit out of this? Well, we have different benefits for regarding the customers and different benefits regarding the merchant. First of all, being a part of a new trend in cashback for the everyday shopping. This is obviously the first advantage we have by using CapriPay, but also gaining offer and shopping deals. You will receive Capricoins by simply shopping. In fact, we have developed a function that if you have a CapriPay account, which of course is downloadable for free, you can shop and the merchant will give you cashback in Capricoins. So this is actually interesting. That's why it is also a feature that we are developing with our developers. And also learn about new products that interest you. So how that comes out, because every time you shop, you and your affiliates will receive notification of that kind of shopping. Obviously, you won't receive the person who shop, but the merchant that is actually, at that particular point in time, giving you cashback. And also the affiliate people will actually receive the same amount of notification. That is free marketing, what we want to say. So coming back to the merchant benefit, which partially already introduced, of course, is creating a fast and easier way to exchange value between two parties. So there will be always a continuous relationship within the merchant and the customers. And also gaining access to new customer markets. And one more, gaining access to new marketing opportunities. And increased loyalty and retention programs. Because you will be able to target your customers also by strengthening customer relationship. This brings building up your brand with a free payment solution provider. I think it's unique in general. This is what will be the advantage in the future. But future marketing tools, we are working in the next weeks and months to implement new deals, happy hour solutions, so last minute offers, quiz, coupons, and so all these future marketing tools will be slowly implemented, and all the users will be notified by time. This is our web page. Next few weeks we will actually launch officially the functionality of the web page. Let's go to the cashback system, which is, I think, the most important part of the whole system. Every time, as I say, when you shopping, will be paid instantly to your wallet as a Capricoin. So you will receive a cashback. This cashback will be received in Capricoins. But this will be having an integrated two level of affiliate programs for all members, and there will be two level of integrated affiliate programs for shop recruiters. So what I want to say that you are automatically both a customer and an affiliate. Let's have an example and see how the CapriPay cashback system in reality really works. So let's make an example that we are purchasing 100 euro or dollars, actually at this point really no matters, any products. So how is and a merchant agrees in giving a 10% cash back. In this example means that the merchant is actually giving back 10 euro in cash back. The customer will receive 75% cash back. So this means that in this example, it will receive 7.5 euro in return. And if you scroll down all the affiliates of the customer and the merchant, you will see that there will be also a reward for the first level and second level of all affiliates of the customer, and a first level and a second level of the affiliates for the merchant. However, to qualify to get this amount of reward, the only qualification is to have a personal cashback of 1 euro value within the last 30 days. So you just need to have, in this similar example, you just simply spend €10 in the last 10 days or $10 in the last 30 days, and you'll be qualifying to get all the cashback that you have, so far able to produce. On top of that, the visionary system, within this example, you will receive 10 CVs within the visionary compensation structure. But this is not all. If you are following the example here, actually there is an additional rewards, because we want to give the possibility to improve and create a CapriPay system as strong as possible. So we'll given the additional rewards of M1, M2. So the affiliates of the merchant of the first and second level will receive an additional 0.5% of the turnover of the merchant, regardless if the merchant gives cashback or not. And of course, as long as they will meet the same qualification. But let me clarify a simple thing regarding the cashback system. The merchant will be choosing if give the cashback or not. Well, obviously, if the merchant is not actually giving the cashback, it will not be very attractive. But that's why we will push all the merchant to at least have a cashback. So in any case, the affiliates of the merchant of first and second level will definitely anyway receive this additional rewards, 0.5% of merchant turnover. So in this example, we show that 100% of cashback is returned to the network. What do we expect as a growth for the next 3 years? Well, we made a very optimistic, easy plan in order to figure out, let's say, the growth for the next 3 years.
Well, the idea is that we didn't want to overstretch ourselves with the kind of plan that we were proposing. This is why we're looking to get our first 1,000 merchants by the end of this year, and then do a tenfold increase next year and another tenfold increase in the year after that. And at the same rate, we're looking at 200 to 1 ratio of merchants to customers. And so we're looking at 200,000 customers, 2 million customers, and 20 million customers within the next 3 years.
Yes. The idea is that this is a conservative plan. We think we will revise this according to the next month's development, but the target 20 million in the next 3 years, by the time it seems very, very feasible. At the moment, we expect even more, but we want to keep this lower because we don't want to create too extremely expectation. This will be just to tell you what's going to happen in the next 2 years and a half, because actually 2016 is also how we do this, how we do reach this. Well, we are financially secure to build this for a long-term strategy for expansion for 3 major areas, so USA, Europe, and Asia. We have a team of business professionals, both marketing, IT, within corporate and multinational companies, and a dedicated software company that creates a state-of-the-art technology. This is actually in order to secure the development of the business strategy. Let's a little bit go on to the real product we will have been working on in the last weeks so far. The mobile application. First of all, I would like to thank all the developers and Tahir because of the launch of the mobile app on both Android and Apple Store. You can actually go in any of these systems and download it for free and start playing with it. For the moment, you can only exchange coins between each other. Very soon, you will find this easy to buy through merchants.
Actually, one of the things that we have right now is that you can make a purchase from a merchant as long as the merchant is online. Now, we don't have many merchants online, and that's the
We have functionality.
We have the functionality already. We are doing the real purchasing online. But let's quickly go to
Glaze, have to hear repeat what he just said, please, closer to the mic. That was garbled.
Oh, we were just saying that there is a functionality already existing that we can actually already use the mobile app in order to buy specific products from the merchant listed in the website. However, we're going to launch the whole, let's say, package officially in a few weeks because we are doing some tests, and I will show you the test we're doing. So just to give you an example of what this slide is about, is just gives you the idea of what the merchant app functions are. So you will have an home and a merchant logo, then you will have a cashback function, the payment request, the QR code, the merchant payment details, and so on, the map location and notification. If you scroll down the next slide, you will see that we have a future merchant function. The next slide, Andy. Yes, basically soon we will have the possibility to send, no, we already have the notification to send the notification logo to merchant, both to merchant and regarding every purchase and every cashback. We will soon integrate the follow-up merchant function, which is basically the user can follow up the merchant. So it's up to the user or not to follow. But if he's a merchant that he is regularly buying from, it's good to know what new product they have. So this is why we think of the mobile application as a unique solution. And we will develop also merchant second level security. This in case a merchant has employees. As you understood by the presentation, also the merchant at one point will receive some cashback in Capricoins. So in order to manage this, we will use a double security system just for the merchant side. Also automated payment functions and customer target marketing. So also this function will be adapted very soon. But let's go on and let's see really the slides about the CapriPay. Yes, the CapriPay, how it looks like the real product. So if you log in, that's what's gonna look like. There will be a first introduction, fast, secure, and easy. Then there will be a login where you can put the username and password, and then you are in your profile. If you scroll down, you will see the next slide, what is actually the application major function are. So the home, the first slide on the left is the home, where you can have on the top right the function of a camera, where you can scan the QR code. On the left side, you have a dollar that has it's the cashback function, and then you have several currency which you can basically check wherever you are which the currency are. Now we are probably thinking of these are the ones we're considering. In the future, we'll probably adopt more or less, depends on the functionality. Then we'll have, of course, send coins and receive coins, which you will very easily handy to purchase or receive in case you want to switch this exchange from friends or anything. And then below there is the transaction history of all the payments that you received or you sent anytime. Very simple. On the second one, you will see the news. Anytime we have a news, like for example, lately, like a week ago, we had the news that CapriPay app was available in Apple Store. You can see that news here. And on the third screenshot, you can see a notification. Anytime you send something, here will be a bigger screen for notification. Then you can click on the screen and see what's happening. And support function, of course, you can also send directly to the system any question you like on support of your function of your application. So we are connected. By the way, we are integrating the team with multi-language skills, after sales people. So we are working together in order to keep the people informed as much as possible. And this function, this support function, is very, very important to keep us connected to the customer and the merchant. Let's go in case, let's go on. The next slide shows for example, we had made a Criella. Criella, it's a listed merchant. Now, we did some sort of transaction, and by clicking on a Criella transaction history here, you will open up a screen. The middle screen will show you the transaction history, the reference code, the payment that is done. And if you click on the logo of Criella, in this case, it will pop up a new screen with the Criella, with the merchant details, and actually these are not the full details, because usually below there will be also a map. We are now integrating this in the new version. And if you scroll down once more, if you if you go to the next slide, you will see, yes, that once you have the full registration, the user that is walking around will be able to see in the map all the merchants around him. And the green, the one, let's say, if you click on the green one, for example, it will pop up. In this case, it's Criella. Where is Criella located? The cashback that Criella, in this case, this merchant, is actually giving, and the short details of the merchant. So at this point, you can, the merchant can start to promote its product and services, increase the visibility, and start to promote CapriPay to its customers. But let's go to a real purchase from an online merchant. And this is the last part of the presentation, but it's actually the latest part. Let's say that Criella is actually, we went to the website. Criella is an online shop. They produce and sells natural products. So if you go to shop, no, please go back a second. If you go to shop, at this stage, you will select whatever product you want to buy, and then the system is asking you, please select the method of payments. In this case, Criella is accepting CapriPay. So then you can select the CapriPay, and then you can go to the next slide. Yes, and in the next slide, you will see that the payment using Capricoins will show you a short detail of what you are buying, the total price in euro or US dollars, and the reference in Capricoins. Then you can just simply say payment using Capricoins, and you will have two options of payment. If you go to the next slide, yes, two options of payment. One, by paying by scanning your CapriPay mobile app. So it will appear basically a transaction, an order transaction with a QR code, in which you are able, if you have a mobile application, mobile app with you, just scanning this out, and you will have, we'll show you later. If you don't have a mobile application, you can always pay through your CapriPay account by including your username, password, secret password, then you will, be paying simply as but online. In the next slide, in case you have a mobile application, you are scanning the QR code, and then it will pop up a screen with all merchant fully details. And you will see the total amount, and you will see also the cashback amount that you will receive by this particular merchant. And now, sending coins. If you go to the next slide, we will see what happened. So the first on the left is the order payment that we showed before. Once you put the secret password and you send coins, the transfer is immediately. It takes basically 1 to 2 seconds. We are now testing it basically instantaneously. Once your transfer is completed, you will go to a next screenshot, which is the third one here. It's transaction history detail. So the transaction, you will see the Criella transaction in your transaction history is in this case is the first one. And if you want to check also the detail of cashback that we have, actually, you just click on top left on the dollar, and you will go to the cashback screenshot of your mobile app, and you will see In this case, we are simulating 3 different kind of situation in which the Criella cashback has an escrow of 14 days, or is queue, or is completed. So in this case, it means that Criella is having an escrow of 14 days, but usually the merchant decides at one point, because 14 days is by default given by CapriPay. But we will have the option that any merchant can decide how much escrow can give. If, of course, you are buying like a burger, your escrow, it will be no escrow time. Basically, you will be you will receive cash back immediately. But if you're buying a different product, electronic product, then you will have, according to the merchant. And this is what you're going to have. You are going to see this list of cashback anytime you go shopping. So this is real, and this is, I want to thank you for this introduction for the moment, but this is what we're doing right now. And soon in the next webinar, we'll promote much more options, much more merchants, and, properly launch the whole thing. Thanks everyone for today's presentation, and hopefully, we'll talk to you soon later.
Well, Inglis, thank you very much, my friend. That was powerful. I loved it. I loved the presentation. I loved all the capabilities, all the hard work you guys are doing. With that said, Tahir, you have anything you want, any words of wisdom as we part and finish up training for today?
We're doing a lot of work over here trying to get everything done as fast as possible. This is a long-term project. Everyone is fully committed to making this work. Let's just see how far we get in the next month. We have the merchant integration document that we're now finalizing, which we will, within the next week or two, be able to pass it around for whoever wants to start integrating their merchant accounts into the online system. The offline system, which is just mobile to mobile, will probably be in the next version, which is version 3 that we're working on right now.
Very good. Appreciate all your hard work. Nikita, anything you'd like to add before we sign off for the day?
Well, I was just listening to the presentation, and I was kind of surprised that Inglis covered a lot, but there's so much more functionality that is basically not presented. Because we're talking about reviews, ratings of merchants, search, target marketing of merchants to the customers. There's so much stuff that we're gonna be sharing in the next few weeks, and
there's 9 versions in production over the course of the year. We're at version 2 right now, so there's another 7 upgrades that will be coming our way by the end of this year.
And guys, what they're really talking about, these guys are very smart and very technical with their explanations of things. What this really means as a marketer, what this means as a customer, as a merchant, is we're going to have an ecosystem of communication that's called CRM, Customer Relations Management, and it's been proven time and time again. Why do you think the big companies of the world, the Fortune 500 companies of the world, the Visas, the MasterCards, and all these different social media has changed the way that we communicate with customers, peer-to-peer? We have the ability of a social networking element that will bring a deeper relationship between us members, Visionary, CapriPay, merchants, and end users, customers. And something that kind of we flew over earlier, this is where we're getting the ratios of customers of 20 or 200 customers to 1 type ratio. Whenever you add an element of communication, whether it be discounts or happy hour, whenever you engage your customer, the sales cycle's reduced. And what I mean by that is they more often, if you're that pizza place owner, instead of them eating there once a month and then visiting another place, because you've communicated, because you have that deeper relationship through technology that Tahir and his team is providing, you will see that the sales cycle shrinks, meaning they will visit your pizza place maybe twice, maybe 3 times in the same month, because there's a relationship built there. So we're going to use technology, we're going to use the smartphone to facilitate the movement of money, but moreover, And maybe more importantly, we're going to use the smartphone to facilitate the communication and the behavioral behind a customer. We are going to induce through this smartphone the relationship between merchant and customer, and that's very powerful when it comes to being in marketing and visionary, because everything that we do has a CV that flows back into the comp plan, that at the end of the day, this is what really happens. When you looked at the slide, you had customer, merchant. You had two customers, C1 and C2, and then M1 and M2, meaning one typical transaction between customer and merchant now affects 6 people. There's 6 benefits. The customer who bought something from the merchant, and then their refers 2 levels deep. So now 6 people through one transaction get benefits, the majority of it going to the customers or the merchant's customers. But understand, one transaction affects 6 different people, 6 different legs, 6 different paychecks, commissionable value. So not only the cash rewards, but also we roll back some of that commissionable value back into the income producing side, which is visionary, where it all becomes an ecosystem of movements of money, branding, and getting people to use our currency. So I'll do an overview on this and give you a different perspective of the technical side that we really went to today, and put it in terms where this is how this is going to apply. We did this because this is what our ultimate goal is. And remember, guys, we're branding. We are, think of it this way, the more people who have a few Capricoin is a lot more powerful than just a couple of people sitting on a lot of coins. For this to work over a long period of time, to keep its momentum, to keep its foundation, it's going to be the ecosystem of all the members, the merchants, the customers working simultaneously as a team to move money, move relationships. And what better way to do that than in a MLM and a company? So to hear with that said, I appreciate you, brother Nikita. Thanks. And Iglesias, great job on the first ever presentation. Unless Nicole has something to say to finish up the call, that'll conclude today's training. Appreciate you guys. Unless there's something else, Nicole, we'll sign off.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nikita. Thanks, English. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you next time. Bye.